Blessings, 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 blessings. What's going on, my lovely people? Go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button. It's free 99, people. It's free 99. You see what we talking about today? Yeah, we definitely got that topic that I actually wasn't even planning, to be very honest with you, to do a show today. But I decided this is a topic that we got to talk about. It's one that is big for me. And it should be big for those who, live outside of the island and have children who could potentially, depending on if they're skilled enough, if they're good enough, a chance at representing the country on many different levels, and especially in the football. And I think it's one of those conversations that we got to have about heritage children. Will they have a fair shot, an opportunity to represent especially the reggae boys, and be counted in? That's what we're going to be talking about in this show today. I want to say God is the greatest. God is the greatest. Thank you to my Lord and Savior for another one, because without him, none of this would be possible. Big shout out to everybody out there that hit that like and subscribe button. If it's the first time on the show, welcome. My name is Francis, and this is Next Up Sports Talk, where we next up with all things sports. But today we're going to be talking about, you see the topic? Oh, right. Them heritage children that live in the diaspora. You understand? That so happen to leave the island, even if you were born on the island. Yeah, once you leave the island and apply your trade in another country, any other country you could pick around the world, when you do decide to return home to represent your country, how will you be received? How will you be accepted? And how much of the blame will you get for any failures that happen during that time? Yeah, big up to everybody in the comment section. Talk to me in the comment section, and I'ma talk back. This is a conversation nobody wants to have, but I'ma have the conversation because it's one that can affect anybody at any time. Given an opportunity that comes in your life that you get a chance to move, right? How will it affect your family, and how will it affect your legacy, especially of all that you've built on the island? You understand? Smash that like and subscribe button, people. It's free 99. At least 50% of you have not. I repeat, more than 50% of you have not hit that like and subscribe button. People, road to 5,000 subscribers. Let's go. Hit that subscribe button. It's free. It's free. It's free 99. You understand? Big up to Sylvester in the building. Sylvester Whittingham, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Chorus, appreciate you being here, brother. Up. Big up, big up, big up, big up, big up, big up, big up. You understand? Big up, big up. Who's that, Tom? Boss a blank for Tom. Boss a next blank for Tom. Tom, big up yourself. Boss a blank for Tom. What are you saying? Big up yourself. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for the love, man. Thank you for the support. 12 Tribes Israel, what's going on? Big up, big up. He said, yes, the Most High is the greatest. Big up from the Alps. Yes, the greatest. Yeah, God is the greatest. Yeah, whoever you call God, because we might not all call, you know what I'm saying, the Most High the same thing when it comes to words. But whoever you call God, just know that he's the greatest. Yeah, and he deserves all the praise, all the honor, and all the glory belongs to the man. Yeah, the big man. Yeah, the big man that sees and watches over us all. You understand? So big up, big up, big up, big up to you. 12 Tribes of Israel, appreciate you being here. Big up to my guy Ravi. Listen, man, hope everything is, hope you're safe, brother. Yeah, we're going to be talking about the Broncos later too. And we're going to be talking about all sports later on. So tune back in because we got the all sports show later on. This topic has been on my heart, man. It's been on my heart. It's been on my mind for like some months now. We talking about maybe 6 months or more because I continue to hear this conversation about, heritage players and whether or not they understand what it is to represent the country. Do they have that fight? Do they have that hunger Do they have that desire? And if you've never gone to a high school in Jamaica, if you've never gone to a primary school in Jamaica, you've never walked up and down, you don't have an idea of the fight that it requires you when you come and represent the country. And for me, I don't believe that. I don't subscribe to that, because see, what happens is if you spend your time on the island, yeah, and for whatever reason you get an opportunity to go somewhere else in the world to either work or to live, you're bound to, if you are fruitful, have children. And those children now, whether they were born on the island, off the island, whether you take your children from on the island, off the island, they now become heritage. You understand? They are now living in diaspora, and if they are good at whatever sports it is that they play, i.e. football, if they're good at football, then how much chances are they going to get a fair shot at representing the country? You understand? So I hear this time and time again. If you look at the reggae boys, the heritage players are being blamed. They're being blamed. They're too much heritage baller. They don't understand what's going on. They don't have the fight and the hunger. And I'm not one that subscribed to that. And I think it's a conversation, because for whatever reason, when you have a child, yeah, with a beautiful woman, and she happens to be from another country, and you happen to go and live in that country with her, all of a sudden now, the things that you were spewing out of your mouth, your children now, is under that law of living in diaspora or being of heritage. And now they're starting to be in question about how much they love the country, how much they are Jamaican. How Jamaican are they because they live in a diaspora? Because they have heritage, how much do they love the country? How much do they fight for the country? Especially when it comes to football, right? We don't want too much heritage players. We don't want too much players from the diaspora, so on and so forth. That's the conversation we having today. That's a conversation that we having today. Big up yourself, Tom, every time. You know, if you don't go to just for conversation, if you don't go to a Casey, a Calabar, a Dintil, a Clarendon College, JC, a Mona, if you don't go to a San Diego or Stets, you don't have that. You don't have the right. You don't have the prerequisite. You don't have the passport to be able to represent the country fairly, fear of criticism, fear of the criticism that you don't have enough heart, you don't have enough passion for the country. And it continues. It's something that I believe is a plague. It's a plague, because I already know for my children, yeah, that are not born on the island, I've already come to it already. Like, listen, if the players I'm looking at right now who applied their trade wherever they applied it in the world is playing for the country and they're dealing with this, then what do I say to mine? Do I put them in a predicament where they're going to be ridiculed? They're going to be bamboozled? They're going to be treated unfairly because they weren't born on the island? They didn't go to they don't have a connection to a school? And so they don't know, they don't have the same hunger and the same fight and the same passion? You guys can't tell me in the comment section. The phone line is open. It's 416-881-4224. Let me know what your thoughts are. This is a conversation we got to have. And for everybody that has been keeping up with this narrative, man, I pray you don't have children outside the island or have children that are going to leave the island at any time, because they are going to have to deal with these things. These things that are being said, they're going to have to deal with it. They're going to have to face them straight up to their face. They're going to have to deal with it. This is why I wanted to come and have this conversation today. Bless up yourself, ironic. Big up. Ravi said that's not true. I think no player want to lose. I would think so too. Big up yourself, Woodhouse family. Bossa Blanc. I would think so too. That's what I'm saying. Who wants to lose? Nobody wants to lose. Right? It's sickening, not true. It's beyond sickening. Beyond, first of all, it's beyond sickening. It is terrible. The stench is ridiculous. The stench is ridiculous. The stench is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. If you're good at something, you're just good at it. Oh, no, it's because they live in a first world country and you know, they have more resources and they have more money and they have more this and that's why and you know, now they come down, now they getting kicked and they have to take on nickname, they have to prove themselves to those on the island that they're worthy. That they're worthy. That they're worthy to represent the colors. That they're worthy. Yeah? If they don't speak patois, they're not worthy. They're not worthy. If they don't act a certain way, they're not worthy to represent the country. These are the things that are being said by so many fans all over. And I think it's unfair. I think it's unfair. I get two boys that's born in the U.S. and if you ask them what's their nationality, well, they say Jamaican. I'd like to think so. Unless somebody gonna come tell them that they don't. Are you Jamaican? No, you're not a yachty. No. Where'd you get your accent from? Yada, yada, yada. Pure nonsense that comes out of their mouth. Pure garbage. Hit that like and subscribe button, people. It's free 99. The phone lines is open. The phone line is open. 416-881-4224. If you want to call in, definitely. If you want to also bless up the channel via donation, you definitely can do that. You bless up the channel for the growth of the channel. You can do so either via super chat or you want to get straight to the channel. You do it via PayPal. You let me know. I send you the PayPal details. Send you the PayPal details, and you can definitely send it via PayPal. Yeah, easy, quick, and simple. Or you can do super chat. But what you can do is hit the like, subscribe, and share. Because it's free 99. It's free 99. Don't cost you nothing. Don't cost you nothing. Let's keep it moving. All my kids born in America. Tom, that's what I'm saying. These are the conversations we got to have. Now, Tom, you know you big into the schoolboy for Tom, you know that if you decide your kids were playing football, yeah, let's for conversation, they playing football and they play really well and they tearing it up in the U.S. and they say, yo, daddy, I want to play for Jamaica. You now say, yeah, of course I want you to represent the country. And you get there and all of a sudden now the blame and this and that is too much heritage ball and not getting no game time and you born with a gold spoon in your mouth or a silver spoon in your mouth and yada, yada, yada. How would you feel about that? It shouldn't feel good. Now as a parent, now you thinking like, okay, you're hearing all this stuff about the players being, it's their fault. It's too much heritage ballers, too much ballers coming from US and England and here and there and everywhere. Are you going to want to send your child into that type of environment? Are you going to send them into that type of environment surrounded by the people that are saying these type of things? I wish other countries were saying the same thing. They want the best for their country. That's what I'm saying, Ravi. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking about. And this is why I got to have this conversation because, to be honest with you, it is not good. It is not good at all. We supposed to want better. Whatever that is, the best players from around the world, no matter where you come from. If you can play, then play. You should be able to just play. And leave the rest where it is. Just play. Just play. That's it. Just play. Just play. Don't matter where you was born for me. That's what I'm saying, Tom. Jamaica alone stays so. First, why first responder? First, why? Why is it Jamaicans alone that stay like that? Why is it Jamaicans alone that have that mindset? As what you just said, why? 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 Because it's in so many different leadership positions as well, too. You give your life to the country. You still support the country. You still do everything you gotta do. Keep up with your community. Keep up with your school. Just for them to disrespect your children who are of heritage, of roots, and not born, bred, and raised. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I don't get it at all. Big up yourself, Nitro, every time. My name is squeeze up in a plane for 10 hours, and when they go back, they have to ride the pine. And you come up with the word commitment, and they don't even know what commitment is.
Mr. Francis,
Big up yourself, first responder. Talk to us. What's going on?
let me tell you, I'm not in the best forum right now. Not in the best place, but it's the topic you raised is something that I've thought about over and over again. And the reason why we stay how we stay, you ask that question. Let me tell you, if people come out and blast Bobby Reid, who scored 2 goals not too long ago, and save his skin, and you don't have, I don't want to lose milk of Christianity, you know. You don't have the people like the president coming out and say people say they must shut up. If you don't have the backing of the people who are supposed to have pick up for you, then we don't must chat foolishness. You can just blast everybody about the commitment and them something. You know, the hierarchy now come out and say, look, leave the players alone because they left their comfort zone and they did this in trying times. You don't have nobody coming out in support of the negative, of the positives. So people must chat foolishness and get away with it. And then you have people going to party and all them something and you don't have nobody come out. The hierarchy keep them dumb like anything, in no pun intended. So we must be like this. When you have other countries with them tapping into them diaspora and getting somewhere, we stay here so I'm not coming the African countries to do it. We are coming here to do it. We are looking over the fence. But yet still, we still look over the fence. And we're looking over it, and right at this moment when we have New Caledonia to play, we're going right back to the soup thing. We are going right back in comfort, like say we win the match already. Win which match? If the guy them from England decides to look here, on the disrespect we now come back. We can't even beat Trinidad. We can't even beat Bermuda after that. And them don't get it. Them thinks that every time Jamaica put on them football gears is a win. Me never ever see when you put up the you know the little thing you ask people who's gonna win this game. We never ever bet against Jamaica never bet against themselves yet.
Yeah.
Even if we are playing England. Even if we play in Spain. We're so delusional. Why we can't just win the thing, get there, and then you can thief the money if you want to thief the money? Just put out the effort. Put out the effort. Look how long Bill is that the only people that can stop us from getting the World Cup is the JFF. I just still sit down there, and what irks me the most is that everybody now a jump up like the Speed is the savior. He was right there doing nothing. So if you come up right now and decide to pick 15 people from Barcelona who are heritage players, why the next side you never do it from last month? And there's no accountability. Nobody now say nothing. Bob's sit down for that fat self, not talk. You think some would have dish out money to the JFF when them keep up them a foolishness? I would have given them a cut. This tell them say Hurricane Lake, the people them out west need the money more than Ono. Give them a cut. Stop. We need to talk. We need to call out the advertisers. We need to identify the advertisers and say we now buy one more Adidas shirt. Because we have this little sheepish mentality where we think say, okay, we now support the JFF, but you support the team. When you go support the team, who you think you support? We need to just cut this foolishness for a season.
Say that again. If you support the team, who you support, and say that one more time.
If you all right, there's this little disillusionment that our defense mechanism that people come up with and say we can't get rid of the JFF, but we have to support the team. When you go to support the team and the JFF, you support. Not true.
Well, I would
if
like
you
to think
come
so.
out and if you come out as 45,000 people in the stadium and say Jamaica, you support. No, the JFF, you support. We need to not go to the games. We need to call out the advertisers and tell them, so we now buy your product. That is the only way you can lead the JFF and make them know, say, them know God gives to mankind. We've been so disrespected and we know even have no sense.
So what happened when somebody say your child that's living overseas is not Jamaican? What are you saying?
Let me tell you something.
Because that's what we talk about. Yeah, go ahead.
Wait. Me come to you. Me a boy who can play ball. I'm going to tell you something, Francis. If him ever tell me say I play for Jamaica, me run him out of the house. I still feel at this moment, if he ever say his ambition is to play for Jamaica, I would run him out of the house. Play for who? As a matter of fact, I tell all of the English guys, them say, if you not listen to this program, don't come back. And then run you say, me not appreciate you. You've been disrespected. You've been not being appreciated. Do not belittle your own self to compete for them people. Don't do it. Let them go through the rigors and find out how it is. Let them go through their own ordeal. You understand me? Them too ungrateful. Them too angry and selfish. And all of this is a learned behavior. It's a learned behavior. If you have a business place and you tell people, say, look here. No. I only want unity in this place. I don't want nobody bad-mouthing each other. You cut out that foolishness right there, so. But when you have people in the same hierarchy and the same thing, feed the media the information what they want and undermining, you must have two sets of people in the JFF. You have a set of people in the JFF who obviously like diasporan players and things they are a help. You also have another set of people who is fighting against it. Now, if you're at the head and a couple months ago you did say 4 players coming in, obviously you talk out of your rear end because you don't know crap. Because I know they're not sure. But if you were saying that 4 players coming in and you think the team will be better after the 4 people come, that means you're for them. You don't have a problem with them coming in. So who in your organization will go up against you to make them feel badly when you, the on the front line, hope say them come and you do nothing about it? You make them something pissed off That you have people call up Bobby Reed, like say, like him want snail. You understand, Francis?
Yeah,
So
man.
me heart
I
full.
hear you, man. Me make you go and get it off your
My
chest.
heart full. 4 games ago, everybody was saying Bobby Reed are the best thing in the midfield. I know you want a scapegoat. I not out no scapegoat, you know. Me not call out no player. So I know like say I'm for this section or for that section. I think everybody should be in one section. But you should not be allowing people to be castigated and marginalized and put one set over this up, one set over this up. And you not come out and say anything about it. That you even have players that hint that they agree with so and so and so, and they must play again the next game. And you know, want to see who from them guys who they go party I go start the next game.
Woo!
And then we will know who will keep up the arms house. You understand? Because if you come in, you remember when when the guy from Iceland they come in, at that point certain people they get, let me tell you, me long for a coach who can have some clout. You understand? And bench some people who need benching. You know, all of that doesn't happen.
Facts.
Everybody who thinks that them a prima donna just walls right in and walls right out.
Mhm.
You understand? So they're not ready. They're not ready. They're not ready. And
Facts.
sometimes when you look to your crystal Downswell, the technical director, you have so much power and Downswell collect free money. Hmm? You think you have so much power that you can just nominate and unnominate and fire and hire and where is where they in this turnaround now that we're trying to make a last ditch effort to get to the promised land? Where is the the assistant coach? Oh, let me tell you 2 points and then we'll just hang up.
All right.
Why you have players I carry around and pay them money and you can't when the main person drop out, them can't slot in. Why you have them a carry around for? Hmm? How come me your deputy me your co-pilot? And when you feel sick, you have to call one next pilot to fly the plane, although me did a co-pilot with you for the last 20 years. What kind of foolishness is that? What may I get paid for? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Francis. My parents sent me to school to be a graphic artist, you know.
Yeah.
And the era of the whole process that I loved the most was printing. You see the day when the guy who teach me to print takes sick and never come to work. What's up? If we start to print the job at 9 o'clock, you know,
Yeah.
more people, well, I want urine, more urinate from about 9:30, you know.
Yeah.
You think say not? You think me stop? You think I would go to the bathroom? I'm so happy to get to be free and to be running my own little job. That be stay there for the whole day and never move. You understand me? Glad for the opportunity to say, yeah man, you're the man today. How does a player feel to be carried around and around and around and every time the midfield shot, you go get somebody who never played midfield yet to play, although I am there. Why am I there then? Why
Facts.
you have why you have the what the deputy coach name again? Miran Garden. You have Miran Garden serving under we have to call it regime. Because it just feel like a some regime he must serve under.
Mhm.
He serve under Top Tapper, he serve under Hal Grimsel, he serve under McLaren. Why you have him serving under all those regimes? And now the time come to get rid of the top brass and him can slot in and be the coach. He wasn't even considered. Nobody now called his name. So why did you have him there? Or if he's so good, why you not use him right now? If him did a pick the team for McCarry and him something, why you not have him now? So why you didn't have him there in the first place for?
100%.
And where is the technical? Where is the technical director in all this? What is the technical director?
But we're not go upon that right now. Left and right, that's our first responder. Right now we're at top about heritage. Left and right, that's up. Link me back over where I talk about that. Cause y'all go down a rabbit hole. We now open Pandora's box on that tonight. Big up yourself.
Heartful, man.
Let me know. Love for the love,
Heartful.
brother.
All right.
Yeah, man, that's first responder right there, dropping his thoughts. People, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, people. It's free 99. It's free 99. Definitely, if you want to donate to the channel, you can definitely do so via Super Chat or via PayPal. Let me know. You know what I'm saying? The number is on the bottom of the screen. Send me a message and I'll send you the details to the PayPal. You can definitely, you know what I'm saying, drop a donation. But listen, what we talking about is clear and simple, people. Clear and simple. Jamaicans with heritage children, no chance of representing Jamaica fairly, without criticism, without having to prove how much they love the country, without having to prove how much they are actually Jamaican. Would you send your children, your child, who's phenomenal at playing football, who has played football at an extremely high level in the US, in the UK, anywhere in the world, and they want to represent Jamaica, would you allow them to be kicked, be ridiculed, be questioned about how much they love Jamaica? How Jamaican are they? Especially when failure is involved. That's the question. Tom said, if that's how they're acting, no, I wouldn't send my kids to represent Jamaica. Because it seemed like in the football, there is this question about how much does the heritage players actually know? Do they have as much fight as those that come off the island? Those that live on the island, play their football on the island. What school did they go to? Did they go to KC? Did they go to JC? What about Calabar? They went to Dintil? They went to Clarendon College? St. Jago? Stets? Where they go? Old Arbor? Where they go? Where is their representation? The heritage players, they don't got as much fight as the local players. The local players know how much to fight. They know how much to war. They know it. Talk to me, people. Determine. Hold on one second. You understand, people? This is what needs to happen. Ross Blue, I'm going to call you in 1 second. Hold on. I'm going to call you back in 1 second. This is what needs to happen, people. You guys got to let me know, because this is happening over and over and over and over. These heritage players are getting a bad deal. If you got a child, just God forbid that you got a child to either leave the island because you went to do work somewhere else in the world, live somewhere else in the world, yeah? Or you yourself had a child with somebody in another country and they want to represent Jamaica. Are you, who have been spitting all this garbage about heritage players and whether they love the country or not, are you willing for your child to go through what you are putting other people's children through? Determine. Big up yourself, Campos in the building. Uptown 1G. Determine. Talk to me.
Spencer.
Yes, sir.
Brother, thanks for the show.
All the time.
It's a very interesting topic, man. Very interesting topic.
This one has been in my heart for about 6 months. I've been hearing it, and it's sickening to my stomach because I got children and I'm saying to myself, do I want my child to go through this? Honestly speaking.
It's sick, right? That's the thought of the conversation. Like this, I don't know why is this a conversation. If you are Jamaican born and you get an opportunity to go overseas and you have a kid, that kid doesn't have Jamaican blood in him, Let me know, Francis.
Apparently not. Apparently, how Jamaican are they? That's the question. How Jamaican are you?
Let me ask you a question. So if
hold on, Blue, determine. What high school did you go to?
Hold on, Francis. Question: if a chicken was born in a cow pen, what is he?
No, apparently to me, it my chicken, but to them I go.
Do you see how crazy this conversation is?
Brother, I just got sick of it. I wasn't gonna do a show. I said, no, I'm tired of this, man. Because it's gonna come back and bite some people in the rear end that's been spitting this garbage. I'm telling you.
Francis, this is very necessary, man. It's very necessary because if you look at our country, Jamaica, in itself, the demographic is changing. And it's changing fast when it comes to at first, yes, our motto is out of many one people, but you really didn't see that here. You see it here and there. But now it's changing rapidly, right? And if you have a Chinese man that's in the country, right? Whenever he come there, open up his business, the first thing that they say is Mr. Chin. And what does he answer by? He acknowledged that he's Chinese, wrong or right?
Of course he does.
Exactly. So these, like my son is his mom is Haitian. She got Canadian citizenship, dual citizenship with U.S. and she's Haitian, and I'm Jamaican, right? Mm-hmm. This kid can represent any one of these countries, but he always tells people, "Yeah, I'm Jamaican Haitian." That's it. If you're first generation Jamaican, more than likely your kid is going to take a lot away off of you or the mom.
Yep.
That's just the identity. How can you hide it? It cannot be hidden.
No, you're not Jamaican enough. What are you talking about? Where you get your accent from?
But you see, the thing is, and you know what? It's frightening, Francis, because these are the same people that want top tier caliber players to come in and play and represent our country. Do you see how? Do you see how toxic that is? Don't you think these players are paying attention to the narratives?
They should be. But you know how it is. It's that commitment, that love they have in their heart. They're not even trying to, like, you know what I'm saying, really pay attention to it. But it got to play on their mind at some point.
It must play on their mind, Francis. It has to play on their mind.
Big up yourself, Blue. Hold on, let Determine finish.
Big up, Blue.
Blessing.
Go ahead, Determine.
But Francis, it has to play on their mind. Just think about it, right? Some of these players probably never stepped foot in Jamaica, right? Only thing they hear is stories from their parents. And so what if their parents were born in Europe and all you have is your grandparents, right? We have to learn how to be welcoming. We have to learn how to welcome these players.
Facts.
Right? Because some of them all they have is the blood. They don't know what Jamaica, the culture. They see the culture where they are, but the culture is totally different when you step foot on the island.
Facts.
And you know what's crazy? If you look at Haiti, the coach for Haiti has never been to Haiti. And that could be a good thing too. But he's never been to Haiti. And you look where they are, they're in the World Cup.
Hold on a second, Determine. Blue, hold on a second. For those who just joining in, the conversation is, if you have a child that is born on the island and you leave the island and you bring that child with you wherever you're going in the world, yeah, or you have a child outside of the island, right, and they're fantastic at football, they play at all the levels, and they say they want to represent Jamaica, would you allow them to go through the ridicule, the process of proving how much fight and hunger they have for Jamaica? Would you allow them to go through the process of, you're not Jamaican enough, It's your fault whenever failures happen because you have heritage. You don't have it. You don't know what it's like the local players. Are you willing to allow your child to go through that? Because God forbid that you have a child outside of the island and they want to represent the country. They're going to have to deal with these type of reckless conversations, reckless thoughts that are being thrown out there about how Jamaican they are. They have more resources. They have better opportunity. So, of course they're going to be ahead. Versus, how good are they at football? Talk to me, people. Go ahead. Determine, you finish? You want Blue to go, or you got to finish up?
So I'm going to quickly finish up on this and let Blue come in. So, Francis, the one, these players have to deal with the narrative. Two, you just touched on a major thing, the resources. These players are not used to the condition, right? So why are these players here? Why? They just come to show up and do what? Why are they here? It's obviously they want to represent the country. For me, for them to be hearing these kind of frequencies and coming there to something that they're not used to, is obvious that they want to represent the country. But anyway,
that is true. That is true.
Your turn, Blue.
I digress. Go ahead, Blue.
Yeah, big up to everybody in the comment section. Big up Gunners Boss. Big up Orlando King, Danny Dredd. Big up. Go ahead.
For me, I use the word patriotism all the time, and because of that, all my kids have to represent Jamaica. I don't care what the situation is. You know what I mean? I think if we all raise our kids abroad, right? Or whether the kid was born in Jamaica and we bring them here, whatever. You understand? If we all just say, hey, Jamaica have problems, so we're not going to let our kids represent Jamaica, that's not doing any good for Jamaica or changing the situation. So I'm going to let my kids represent Jamaica, but I'm also going to try to change the situation in it. Now, what I always said, I notice when they bring these players aren't introduced to the culture properly. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys love Jamaica. They're true patriots. A lot of these guys, when you go to England, I never go to England, but my mom lived in England for years. My uncle, the whole family. When you go to England, these guys listen to music. They eat the food. You know what I'm saying? So these guys love Jamaica, but they're not being introduced to the culture or to sports in Jamaica the right way. You know what I mean? Like, when you bring these players in, there's never a time where they say, let's go on a school tour. Let's go talk to these kids who aspire to be like you guys, who aspire to play in Europe, who aspire to do the same thing you guys do. We don't introduce them to the culture properly. You understand what I'm saying? And we need to do a better job at that. That's my 2 cents for now.
All right. That's what we got. Go ahead, Blue. Determine. Go ahead.
Well, my thing is, Blue, you're exactly right. Is how the responsibility of an organization, also not only the organization but the players, is the players receptive to these foreign-based players? What is the locker room like? Is it warm? Is it a welcoming locker room? And I don't know. Based on what I see on the field, it doesn't look like it. But I'm just looking at what the field is like, right? But as far as even with the interviews that what's his name, Simon Preston does, is not in depth enough. We need some of these players. A lot of the fans don't have a clue who they are. We need to get to know them. We need to get in-depth questions. The other day, I was watching this young lady from England. She covers the reggae girls, right? And one of these reporters was doing I think she works for the JFF. I'm not sure, but anyway, she was doing an interview with Plummer, right? I think she just had a kid, and the questions that she were asking about, motherhood and about representing the country, and I didn't know who this player was, but just by the question, it makes me feel like I want to get to know this player, research her to see who she is. we need that questioning. We need to know these players, and I think we're failing on that as well.
That is true.
A question came in that I want to that was for Blue. I want to pose. First respondent said, "How you gonna do that, caller? How you gonna make the Cruff them pick your beautiful, gifted children?" That was to you. I just wanted to pose that to you. Maybe you have a thought. Then I'm gonna move on.
It's not how I'm gonna let them pick my kids. My to work hard enough for them to impress, to be seen, and be called up. I'm not just gonna say, "Hey, my kids are good." I'm gonna put my kids in the position for them to see my kids and evaluate my kids and determine whether my kid is good enough to represent Jamaica. Because if they're not good enough, I don't want them to represent Jamaica either. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them to represent the country unless they're good enough. I want the best player on the field. You get what I'm saying?
Big, definitely. So listen, going back to the conversation. For me, I think it's important that we kind of kill this conversation when it comes to or the thought when it comes to if local versus diaspora, local versus heritage, because it is not doing good. It's not doing anything good for the football. If you look at it, the fans are beating the heritage players, saying that they're not good enough and they're coming from here, they're coming from there. So my thing is, if you got your child and they happen to be a part of the team, they have enough, their skill set is good enough to where they want to be. They're asked to be a part of the team. They get a call up. We're fast forward all the way through that process till they're on the squad. Would you allow them, to go through the process of being ridiculed, about from the fans, from the media, about how Jamaican they are? Do they have enough fight in them, like the local ballers? Play the local ballers because they know more about the pride of the country. They know more about the hunger. Hold on. They know more about how hard it is. They're gonna fight more. They're gonna play harder. The heritage players, they don't know it that much. They don't know it that well. Prove to us how Jamaican you really are. Do you got that fight? Go ahead. What was it?
Francis, I wanted to add to that.
Go ahead.
This local base versus diaspora player. I don't like it. I don't like it because they're like, there's especially some of the senior past players. Even the senior water boy, they are of the impression is that these guys, they don't have Jamaica at heart, in their heart.
That's what.
Hold on, Blue.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's my focus.
But I'm telling you, I don't buy that, and I don't buy that. I'm gonna tell you from my experience, right? I'm gonna tell you from my experience, and I say this without no apology, right? I met a lot of Jamaicans in Jamaica. I love Jamaica. Don't get me wrong, but the Jamaicans that I see that represent Jamaica the best are the ones I see here in America, where I am, and in Canada, right? When you see a Jamaican, they're letting you know they're Jamaicans and they're proud. You know what I'm saying? The ones in Jamaica, they tear the country up and tear the country down. But then they want to talk about we overseas don't have the country best interest at heart. You know what I'm saying? That should piss me off sometimes when people say it. You know what I mean? Because trust me, some of these overseas based players, they actually love the country, and I would love to see Jamaica go to the World Cup more than even some of the local based players that are playing. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't see any of the English players partying the night before or partying the day after, right? It's all local based players. You know what I'm saying? And that's the attitude of people who have the I don't give a F attitude. And those are the people who should be representing Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like this local versus diaspora. The truth is we don't have local based players that are good enough. Can we have players that are good enough to represent the country and represent Jamaica well? Yes, but our football needs proper development. Simple as that.
Big up yourself. Don't forget, people, to like up the live. Like up the live. It's free 99. It's free 99. Don't cost you nothing. This is a conversation. I've talked to me in the comment section. I'm going to talk back. Big up yourself, Conrad. Big up Squelch in the building. Uptown. F. Gunner. Big up yourself. Danny Dread. Orlando King. Yeah, big up Gunner's boss in the chat, man. Big up to everybody in the chat. This is a conversation. Chris Smith, you brought up some very, very big points that I want to just dress back on real quick. You said, Francis, don't forget what Dennis Chung said, that the players pay their mom to upgrade their tickets when JFF could only afford economy tickets. All right. You said, we heard Speed say players buy their own tickets and come and play from England. All right. Omar, big up yourself, Omar Harmony. Jamaica will never qualify for any World Cup now in the future with this type of mentality. Full stop. Whew. That's a big statement right there. Big up Tom and 12 Tribes of Israel in the building. Those are the things that we're talking about. You can't divide. I don't like the divide. The divide is my issue. My issue is the divide. Yeah, because hearing this, and I have a child that is good enough to play to represent the country, period, on any capacity. I'm not trying to have them go through this type of nonsense. I'm not trying to have the fans you have to prove to how much you love and you're balling for local players when you have a player on the team that's better and because they're local and they're fighting, it's better. Like, big up yourself, Gunners boss. You understand what I'm saying? I don't. Those are the things that I want to try and do my best to eradicate. I've been thinking about this for a while. I've been hearing it, and I don't like it. Gunners boss, talk to us.
But see,
go ahead, Jeremy.
But see, Francis, the thing is, a lot of people, and I always go on platforms and I say these things. A lot of people don't like it, but it's the truth. You mostly hear this from the older generation, right? And the older generation, in my eyes, when it comes to the administration, when it comes to holding them accountable, and just the narrative that we're spitting about foreign-based players and players that's locally, it's a narrative where it is not reaching anywhere. It's 2020 going into 2026. Our minds as this generation has changed, evolved. The way that we look at things, we're more accepting to things, right? And for me, we are the ones we've been waiting for, not waiting for anybody. And I'm glad that you're bringing up this topic because it needs to be talked about, right? Because if you look at some of these major media platforms back home, these older heads are the one that's continuing to create this narrative, and nobody is creating this narrative other than us, I think. Because when you look at all these so-called third world countries, you look at the Hades, you look at the Liberia, all these other countries, everybody is moving ahead. Right, and not only that, when you look at our money that's coming from overseas, they don't complain about the money.
Fact. Big up yourself, determined. Gunners boss, talk to you. Join us live. What you guys say?
But I know, but I don't really like the group talk thing, because you see that group talk, some people always interrupt and you can't get 2 words in before them start, So I hope none of that the crowd we have over here tonight.
Do you know where you at? This is Next Up Sports Talk. You know I don't vibe like that, bro. I'll shut the whole thing down. Yeah, say what you got to say, brother.
Yeah, so what the topic is about, you say, like you said, the youth them about a foreign can play for camp. It's a question you're asking?
No, what I'm saying is that the players, the heritage players, the players that got roots, yeah? If a child has roots and they want to play for the country, they have to prove how much they either don't have as much fight, as much passion as the local players, or they have to prove just how much they love the country and how hard they play for the country. I think it's unfair. And you hear it time and time again, versus local versus heritage. And it's terrible.
What is so you're saying people should not expect more from the guy who we bring from England to represent us.
No, I don't think they should expect more. You shouldn't.
Why not?
You shouldn't ask them.
Why
you shouldn't
not?
ask them. What do you mean? Why
not?
Why not? What?
We don't need to bring nobody who is not you. Anybody we supposed to be chasing from America or from England or from wherever else, Francis, they supposed to be better than who we have on the ground. That's all I'm saying. So, of course, if I bring anybody from America to play on my national team, it's because I expect him, he is better than the guy I have. I'm not going to bring equal talent to play and cut my guy out who is born on the ground for your guy from America or England who is equal. No, that's not right. So if that's what we're talking about, if we are not getting the best or the best of the rest from overseas, the best of the leftovers when the team pick 23, I would say, yes, these guys could have played for USA, but they can't make the team. Like how we have Norman Powell. We know Norman Powell is good, a basketball player, the other kid, but they say, we're going to play for Jamaica because the team America overload. I could understand that. But why we going to bring a guy who can't even come off the Lakers bench, can't even come out the G League to come represent us in Jamaica when we have guys in Jamaica who can play in the G League? Think about that. Don't just think about heritage or non-heritage. Think about who you importing. Back in the day, when we was playing soccer in Jamaica, real soccer, when the man them send go over Trinidad, them go to Leon St. Louis and Latapia and Lewis, the two best in Trinidad at the time to come play at Port Morant United. We did not go for guys who nobody knows. And that's how the national team's supposed to work the same way. We can't bring average when we have the same average there. We're not going to go nowhere. All right. Now I can mute and you can respond to that and tell me when it's my time again.
Perfect. This is exactly why I'm having this conversation and this discussion. Is because of that type of mindset. It doesn't, for me, and this is what I'm talking about. If you are of Jamaican heritage roots, it doesn't matter whether or not you can play or not. If you can play, you can play. It just shouldn't matter whether or not, you can't play as good as the players on there. It doesn't matter. If you can represent your country, you represent your country. So obviously the powers that be are not going to pick somebody that is not qualified in terms of skill set to represent the country, Gunners Ball. You represent the country based on your skill set. But don't say pick my guy. What is this? That's the division I'm trying to stop. What is this my guy? We're all Jamaicans. Whether you're born on the island or born off the island, you're a Jamaican.
You is the one who doing all of that, and I'm just responding to what you said. You said heritage and born. So I'm separating the two, boss. That's all I'm doing. So don't point the finger after me when you make the error. You did not say Jamaica. If you say Jamaica, we ain't gotta say no heritage, no nothing else. Just Jamaica. And then we know we got everybody who is good enough to play. But if you're going to talk about bringing heritage different from underground players, that's what we're discussing here. So don't make it look like I'm stupid. I know what we're discussing. I'm saying if we have a Premier League in Jamaica, and we have better players in the Premier League than the guys we are bringing from America who is not even playing in the MLS or the championships or whatever they call it. They just sitting around not playing no ball, but because we know names and guys like people in Spain, people in Belgium, people in Germany, people in Norway, people in Canada, they just sitting there and they talking about these guys who I see and I hear their name and I hear they connect to Jamaica, we need to put them in a team. That's bullshit. I ain't buying that shit. Sorry for my language if that's not allowed.
Yeah, please, if you don't mind. But what you're doing is that you misunderstand. You're misunderstanding what the topic is. There is no divide. I'm talking about those who are dividing local versus heritage. This is a conversation that's been had many, many times. I didn't hear you and I didn't hear nobody. What I do hear is people keeping up with the nonsense. Just like you just said a while ago, you're keeping up with the nonsense. I'm saying to you, there should be no divide. I don't care where you come from. Yeah, because if you have a child with another person from somewhere else in the world, that they have Jamaican roots and heritage, and they want to play for the country. They want to represent the country. And they have the skills to represent the country. What I'm talking about is the fans and the media blaming heritage players that they lack the fight. They lack the desire. They lack the understanding of how much it actually means. Let me finish. It actually means to represent the country because they're not local. That is what I am talking about.
But, all right, Francis, but hear this. You know what? I don't believe my son, who is born in England or America, can bleed for Jamaica as hard as I do. Never will.
And that's why we're having this conversation.
And that's why I am saying my son who plays equal football as who was born in Jamaica as the one who is born in America. I'm giving the one who is born in Jamaica that opportunity because I don't have to tell him that I encourage him to do that. So he's just gonna go. You see, my son who born in America or in England, he's only gonna go to Jamaica because he's not good enough to represent America or England, and dads want him to go. Most of these kids who are going, they are not going to Jamaica to play because they want them to go. It's their dads and their parents who want them to live out their dream. And I don't even think most of these people care if their kids go to Jamaica or not to play. For real. So because I wouldn't care.
Go ahead, determine.
Okay.
Hold on. Hold on. This is exactly, people, this is exactly why I have this conversation. This is why.
Francis.
Yeah, hold on. Let determine go first. Let determine go first. Hold on. Let determine go first. Hold your thought. Go ahead, determine.
So right, let's go down the list. A while ago, you just it's Gunner's boss, right? You just made a statement saying that most of these players are not good enough to make it on England's team or wherever they're coming from. So they're coming to Jamaica. You don't think these players are competitive enough that they want to go to a World Cup? If they can make it, it's an option. If I cannot make it for USA, I'm going to look at my next best option. I think the narrative of they can't make it, that's why they're coming, is foolishness. If they can't make it to the Premier League, they're going to make it to the Championship or whatever else is the next best option. That's how players look at it because everybody want to come to the World Cup, right? And when you look at the list of our players, like a player like a Bobby Reed, that's been there for years now, and that boy give his blood, sweat, and tears for this team, even his money for this team. When it comes to what's going on in the country, when you have a Mikel Antonio, same thing. So these narratives, it doesn't make sense when you have the evidence that's pointing at you, and it's clear. It's not even hidden. It's very clear. It's pointing at you. So that narrative, I can't buy that one.
Go ahead, Blue. Hold on. Gunners, but hold on. Let Blue go first, and then you hold your thought real quick. Go ahead, Blue. Respond.
If somebody go ahead, I'll chime in a bit.
All right, go ahead, Gunners boss.
Let me ask you something. Is Bobby Reed good enough to make the English national team, the Three Lions team? Yes or no? Simple question. That is determined was the last person who talked from Alabama or somewhere around here.
No. I answered your question. I said yes. He's not. I guess he's not good enough because he's not on the team. But what I'm saying is, if you're a competitive, if this is your profession, right, and the pinnacle is making it to the World Cup as a professional player, you're going for your next best option. If it's not England, wherever else is your heritage, that's the next option you're going for.
Okay, all right then. I'm gonna come back to that. Let me circle around a little bit. Let me ask Francis.
Yes, sir.
When did they start allowing heritage players to represent in the World Cup?
You tell us.
I'm asking questions because you running the show. So, you get your producer, put somebody on the job.
All right, go ahead, continue.
That's what we're here for. We're here for information.
Okay, make your point.
I'm just going to ask now, what if we did not have the heritage players who can come from England, the third level and fourth level players? I would even call them mid-tier. Some of them, like if you say Bobby Reed and a few more might little bit above average comparing to our standard. But we don't have no really people where we are bringing where really we can't say no. This Mason Greenwood, he ain't coming. We begging him and he ain't coming because he know he's good enough to play for England or another country where he could have heritage. So why come to Jamaica? These are the things we're looking at. You are saying this guy can come and this guy can. I don't. Me personally, this is why, and I've been saying this from day one, I does not agree with the wholesale recruitment of heritage players at all levels. The senior team is okay to have some very good heritage players in there. I don't even care if you have 23 of them as long as them good enough to win some games and things like that. But you see, all these things, we cannot develop football in Jamaica, bringing kids, bringing our youth team, the underage teams. We are bringing people's kids from all over the world, are encouraging that. No, then how are we going to develop football for the future in Jamaica if we're consistently doing this?
Okay, I got a response for you. Number one, the chat said 97, 98 is when they allowed heritage players to play. That's the response to the question you asked me earlier, okay? Number two.
Sorry, man, I wasn't trying to pick a fight with you, homie. I'm just trying to educate ourselves and educate the people while we go along.
Yeah, and there, Gunners boss. There is no fighting. You asked me a question, I got the answer for you, is what I'm saying. You asked me to do so, and I did so. Did I not? Yeah, I did. Yeah. So hold on. Let me respond to you. Said something. I want to respond to it. The question I continue to ask, is, you said other people's pick me from other places. Are they Jamaican or are they not because they don't live in Jamaica, is my question.
Me? Let me tell you something.
No, it's a yes or no question. It's a yes or no.
My kids who born in Jamaica are Jamaican. And I'm not going to tell them that they are not. If they go America,
Hold on, Blue. Hold on 1 second. Continue.
I just want to correct you on something real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
98 was not the first heritage player came to Jamaica.
When was it?
There was actually another guy who played in the EPL or the old League Cup that came to Jamaica before.
What year was that?
And played here. I don't remember his name either.
Cool.
But you can do the research. He's not the 98 bunch is not the first player.
Okay, cool. Go ahead, Gunners Boss. Thank you.
And by the way, just to educate you guys, Lindy Delapena ain't the biggest footballer from Jamaica that went to England back in the days. You had a guy named Brissett also, who played well in the English Premier League, in the All League Cup in England. It wasn't the Premier League. And then he also went to transfer to AC Milan. You can look it up. And
but when Lindy Delapena go to England football wasn't at a high level as it is now,
England football has always been at a high level. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? South America football, Brazil was the football mecca before them start. Before they start, before English league even come up in anything. Brazil was the mecca of football.
No, you don't know.
South America was the mecca. Then America, England start bringing foreign players to play in their leagues and start bringing foreigners to play in their leagues. And that's when them leagues start established. It's not English players per se and English coaches make English Premier League great.
Right, cool. So the in the late 90s was when the first heritage players started to come around and play for the Jamaica national team. So Uptown 1G says them think heritage players are box food or the ghetto youth mouth was the response to that. Big up yourself for the comment, for jumping in the comment section. Caller back then, Simpson Hall and Burton had a good shot at making the English team when they came to play for the Reggae Boys. We love to call England out for being racist against black players, but this Jamaican, what is Jamaica much different? We do the same. Jamaicans not born here. So that's my thing is having a child. Your child, Gunners Boss, is cool, but you can't say that for every single child that is in a household that is around the world that is heritage that they don't know.
I did not.
No, hold on. Let me.
We never finished that. We never finished my point here, but
okay,
because I got thrown out.
Yeah, go ahead.
What I was saying, right? You see Tyrese, and then we're born in America, England. You see, if them want to accept Jamaica as their heritage and say, yes, we are Jamaican and they want to be recognized as that, I don't have no problem with it. But I'm not pushing that on them because they are English and American.
Listen, big man, no disrespect, but you see the way you talk? It's ignorant because there's...
Like go on, tell yourself. You see, when you tell me about ignorant is a dumbass like you who don't know.
Hold on. We ain't gonna do all that. I done mute y'all. Y'all can stop. When they cool down, I'm gonna bring them back on. They over there having their conversation. Y'all stop. Y'all gonna stop. I'm waiting for y'all to stop.
Born here don't bleed like Jamaica kids for Jamaica. And that's not true.
They don't.
And that's not true.
No, they don't have the pride. They don't have the pride and the goal and the will to do like back in Jamaica, like the boys in Jamaica do. That's a fact.
Where do you live? Are you in a little box in America or somewhere that you don't see?
I'm in your mother's box.
All right, we ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna end that real quick. We definitely ain't gonna do all of that. We gonna let that go right there. That ain't what we doing today. That's for sure. Let me just drop that. Yo, Campos, this one right here. I'm gonna have to link you on the phone. Let me call Campos. See if Campos can join us via phone right now. Yeah, we ain't go. That's not what we doing. Yeah, we gotta have do things respectful. Oh, I almost hung up on it. Campos. Campos.
No, me just listen.
All right.
I'm listening.
All right, mute it.
I'm listening.
All right, mute her background real quick.
Yeah, I'm listening.
All right, go on, mute up your background for me real quick.
My back.
All right, me call you back. Yeah, me call about Campos. Francis, who you talking? Who am I talking in terms of what? At the end of the day, this is why I have this conversation, because there are people out there that truly, truly believe that children that are born outside of Jamaica don't have as much fight and passion and desire for the country as those that are living on the island. And I think that's nonsense. I think that's absolute nonsense. Absolutely nonsense. Hold up a second. I think that's nonsense.
Hello?
Yeah. Sorry, I just had to end that call real quick. That was okay, cool. Yeah, I had to end the call real quick. That was getting outside of what I wanted to be at the particular moment.
Yeah. That's too much. That's too much. That's not called for. It's too emotional. I
had to turn it down. So a lot of what was heard, the people them didn't hear, because at the end of the day, I want to make sure that this is this a conversation we supposed to be able to have without any other nonsense that go on with it. Because at the end of the day, this is why I determined I have this conversation, because there's a lot of people that truly believe that meant that because your child is not born on the island, they don't know. They have no idea that they're Jamaican.
Francis.
Yes, sir.
What I'm trying to say is I have met Jamaicans here and in other places who have never been to Jamaica, bro. And trust me, bro, the passion they have for that place is ridiculous. You know what I mean? So for someone to say that because you're not born in Jamaica, you don't bleed like Jamaicans and you won't represent Jamaica well, to me, it's an ignorant statement. That's just my point. And I hold on to that.
And you know what the funny thing about it is that I talk to you, Blue, all the time, and sometimes you got some really, really wild takes. But one thing I know you are to be is true and honest. You understand? And I gotta respect it.
Yeah.
I gotta respect it because at the end of the day, you should not. You can do whatever you want. You should not have that mentality. That mentality to say that a child that is born anywhere else in the world that are of Jamaican parents don't know or have the passion, the fight, the love for the country is crazy. It's crazy.
So he's using one person. Because I have a brother like that. He was born in Jamaica, but he came here and he had so much American thing. You know what I'm saying? But he don't speak for me. You know what I'm saying? You can't just. He say his sister born in Florida. His sister born in Florida and she never go Jamaica. That's your sister. That's not every. You can't use your sister to judge every other Jamaican. There's people here who never been to Jamaica, but the way they love the country because that's where their parents are from. You know what I mean? And I hear people who never been to Jamaica speak so highly of Jamaica and passionate about Jamaica. So for you to come on the internet and say stuff like that, brother, you have to trim your words, brother. You have to trim your words. And even if they weren't passionate about the country, I don't know no football player who not go to Jamaica and just play an average game just to play some football. Everybody want to win. That's their profile. That's how they make it to big teams. When they play well, big teams buy them. Nobody want to go to Jamaica and just ass. You can't say that.
But see, I'm glad you just said that, right? And I think. And as I said, no, when I say these things, people get uncomfortable, but we have to be honest. When I go back home, it's like I'm traveling back 10 years, right? And I'm not saying that that's all over the island. I'm talking about the mindset, right? That's one. Two, you just brought a good point, right? When it comes to these players, right? And Mason Greenwood, everybody, that was the talk. Everybody wanted this player to come, right? But we have to ask ourselves, why would this player come and jeopardize what he has going on in a failing team, failing administration? Most of them don't want him there. Half of them want him there. Why would he come and jeopardize that? He's a player. Players always want. He already have a negative strike against him, so he's trying to clean up his act and put himself in positive light at all times. Right? Right now, he's shining very bright. What can Jamaica do for him? We have to be honest. It sounds crazy, but you have to be honest.
Determine.
What can a Greenwood get out of this? What can a Bobby Reed get out of this? What can a Mikel Antonio get out of this? These players are already made a name for themselves, right? It's obviously they love the country. It's obvious they want to be here to play.
Determine. I don't want to stray away from football. I'm at work. I might have to jump off. So I'm at work. So I must say one little thing before I go. You see, I must stray away from football a little bit. You see, the mindset of us Jamaicans, we're nice people, but we gotta change the way we think. We gotta change the way we approach things. You understand what I'm saying? It's in politics, it's in religion, it's in our everyday life in Jamaica. You understand what I'm saying? And if we don't change the mindset, and sometimes we have to learn to accept changes. We can't live in the past. We have to move forward. We're in a technological world now. Everything changed. Everybody is bringing players from all over the world. Diego Costa wasn't born in Spain. He was born in Brazil. He's a Brazilian. You understand me? What's his name? That half of Germany players are not German. A lot of them are from Turkish descent. France, the same. So everybody is bringing players from all over the world as long as they have some type of ancestry to their country. So it's not just Jamaica doing it. So I don't see the big deal on why people making up noise. Yes, I agree. We should try to bring the best in, the best. And we should stop put the local players. We should stop compare. Right now, I don't think the local players are ready. You have some of the senior guys, and I'm gonna call some of them names. You have some senior guys like Walter Boyd, probably Whitmore, man like Altiman Butler. What's his name? The one that was coaching Montego Bay at one point. They don't like the English player. They're saying they're hold on. They're saying the
caller. One second, caller. You know what you just said a while ago, and a while ago y'all was saying when did a heritage player represent Jamaica? But I went further than that. I went and said when was the whole heritage thing came in effect during the World Cup? And you know when it started? When this started? When the World Cup started, which is 1930. This is from conception, right?
Because I read somewhere before where some British players played for Jamaica before.
But this is what I'm saying. Since 1930, this has been going on. But yet, look how long that's been compared. We're not right now. We're in 2024, and we're arguing about something from 1930 that's been going on.
Listen, I didn't even know that white people played for Jamaica national team before because I used to work for a guy. His father lived in Jamaica back in the days, and he played for Jamaica. He played for Jamaica. Yeah, I'm telling you, you can go read it up. You see me? Nowadays, I work so much I don't have time to do my research, right? Like I used to be. Like I even call a footballer name. Many Jamaicans didn't know we are Jamaicans who play for AC Milan way back in the days. The same Brissett I was telling you about. You know of that player, right?
No, I never heard of him.
You see? Go look him up. Just type his name, Brissett, Jamaica footballer. And there's another footballer. He was the first. His last name is Aaron. He was the first black player that played for either Celtic or Rangers. And he's Jamaican. I think his name is Gil Aaron. Look these things up. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying, we can't turn a blind eye to change.
But my question is, why do you think it's like that? Is it that we just refuse change, or the ones that's there?
Listen, bro, listen what I'm gonna try to tell you. It's embedded in us through politics and everything. We don't like changes. If somebody come and want to do something different, we're always gonna be against it. We don't like changes. Trust me. You know? And it goes back to even the little storm that just blew, and people are saying it's a man-made storm because man say they want to build smart cities. When you look at the level, of poverty that was there, is it a bad thing to build a smart city? Is it a bad thing to build a nice city in Black River? Let me ask that question. So we must learn to accept changes. Some changes gonna affect us negatively, but in the long run it may work out, and we have to learn that football has changed. We have to bring in players from all over the world. That's how it is. We don't have the best locally. Until we have the best locally, then we can change the narrative of the argument.
I 100% agree with you.
And a lot of people don't agree with that. There's more people than you actually think, Blue, and determined that actually don't agree with that. They don't agree with that, and they stand so strongly on it.
You got like I said, you can't if you follow the everyday Jamaican and the way we think, bro, you yourself will develop an ignorant mindset. And I've learned that because I used to be one of them kids in Jamaica that be like, politicians don't care about, only thing them care about are uptown people. I used to be one of them. You know what I'm saying? I used to be one of those people. But then I realized when I started mingling uptown, I realized those people go to work and those people are always trying to start business while we down there complaining. That's how Jamaican is. You know, we have to get rid of this mentality, bro. Believe it.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's embedded in us through politics. It divides us and it have us thinking some ways. You know what I mean? Where I don't know, bro.
I can just tell the frustration. I already hear the frustration in your voice when you're talking about it, because it's something that it's bad, man. It's bad, and it's flowing into so much different areas that's affecting the youth. At the end of the day, it comes back to the youth, man. It's affecting the youth because they this clouded mindset, and you grow up from a youth to a big man or a big woman, and you carrying on with this on and on and on and on and on. But
yeah,
you know, this man, it's a whole different ball game with that. Let me see. What do you say? There's some big up to everybody in the comment section. Big up Beta J. Big up yourself, Jay. Big up Conrad. Everybody in the comment section. Appreciate y'all. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button.
Anyway, guys, good night. Man, for run.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself, Blue, every time.
Bless them.
All right. There is a Trip Light brother and sister will be trying to represent us in skating in the Olympics. They could prep for the U.S. but will represent Jamaica. They were not born in Jamaica. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we need. You know what I'm saying? It is not just football. We lost Miami, and we are currently losing London because we shun our diaspora when it's strength in numbers. That's what I think. I disagree. I never met a Jamaican who rejected their African heritage. Caller, it's not surprising we were a British colony. That's why Jamaica was more advanced than certain parts of the USA with a stronger dollar, because many elite whites lived here, e.g. Port Royal. All right. Danny just said, you think it's the same people that will live in the smart city? No space for dunce and poor. Yo, I swear to God. Yo, only Daddy Dre come up with these things, yo. Daddy just thinking it's on like a whole nother level. A whole higher level Danny Dre's thinking is on. I'm trying to tell you. You guys mess around with Danny Dre, you'll learn something. Danny Dre gonna learn you something. You understand? He gonna learn you something. Don't play yourself. But this is a conversation that we got. Listen, man, this is a conversation that we need to have. It's important because we cannot carry on like this. It's not good. We're turning away talented people because the thought is that they are not Jamaican enough. You heard me say it. If you got a child that's represented, it is your job as a parent that is from the island. It is your job to impart. It is your job to let your children understand your heritage. So they adapted naturally just by the food you cook every day, by the conversation you have, by the music you listen to. They're automatically going to be interested in that. If you're doing a good job of being who you are. Because if you come from Jamaica and you decided you want to leave everything that's Jamaican behind, well, that's up to you. You're not giving them their heritage. You're not letting them know where they're coming from so they know where they're going. You have to let them know where they're coming from so they know where they are going. That is on you as a person. But you can't say every parent don't let their child know, yes, I went to JC. Yes, I didn't go to school. Yes, I went to Calabar. I went to Clarendon College. I went to Rossi's. I went to wherever the school is. This is what happened. This is where. That is on you. But you have some children that you say is more Jamaican than the ones that live on island. That's a whole nother conversation. But to say that we don't want your picnic because they're not on the island is terrible. Absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. So my child that I'm having, your child that you're having, you are playing the music, you're cooking your oxtail and your turkey neck and your stew peas and your saltfish rundown and your ton corn meal and you're making porridge peanut corn meal. I mean, you're doing the most. You're making your soup, your gallish water soup. That's for RR, wherever RR is. You know what I'm saying? You're making your red pea soup. You're making your fritters. You're getting them sausage and egg. Roast and fried breadfruit. And you mean to tell me that, okay, cool, that's just, you know what I mean? That's piquing the interest about, oh, this is Jamaican food and culture. Now they get deeper into figuring out, oh, this is what it is now to listen to the music, and then now you dress, and then you know, it goes deeper. But at the end of the day, you can't take the Jamaican out of somebody. You Jamaican. You can live on Mars, and if you're born of Jamaican, you're Jamaican. What is this we're talking about here? You live in Canada. Hello.
But Francis.
Hello. Yeah.
Francis, you see what's going on in the States, right?
No, talk to me.
This guy's slogan is "Make America Great Again," right?
Yeah.
And you see the fear mongering that's going on. If you're an immigrant in this country, they don't want you here, and they're letting us know that plain and straight, right? And Jamaica is the one country you cannot be deported from. So now you have a kid here in the States, and God forbid you have to go back home. What you gonna do with your kid? Is he not gonna come, or she not gonna come back home with you?
What exactly are you going to do?
I don't know. Is that kid not good enough?
Don't you not gotta force? Is it gonna force Jamaica on them? They ain't got no choice.
I don't know. Where's that kid gonna live? In the ocean? That kid is not Jamaican? Yeah, he was born in America, but where does the bloodline come from? Look at what the natural disaster that happened there. A lot of kids that my cousin is one of them. She wasn't born there, where she's helping as far as, you know, gathering things together, her resources, sending it back home. So she's not good enough to come represent the country, but her money is good enough. I don't know.
Don't know, eh?
Yeah, I don't know.
I was watching a video the other day.
We got to think about these things before we say it. We just do. And the last caller that was here, he made a valid point, Francis. This is something that's embedded in us since politics. Because if you look at our political system, it's the same thing. It's no difference from our football system. It's no difference. Anyway, sorry, I cut you off.
No, you good. You keep going. That's what I'm saying. And that's part of it too. Because now you have to broaden your horizon. You have to open your mind. And when you open your mind, hopefully you're willing enough to accept something new. Or is you just going to stay who you are?
Correct. Because if you look at the climate of the country, they don't the ones that's there, that's so-called in charge, when it comes to, they don't breed competition. They don't welcome competition. This is why our mindset is like this. Competition is like, what the hell? No, we don't want that here. We're the best at everything. And the few that they welcome as far as when it comes to setting up business, is something is money going under the table for your business to be there. You heard players that complain about it, that came on the team, that said, you know what? They came there and they had to dish out money. People was asking them for this, asking them for that. But yet they're still there. And the one that said it was in his prime at the time was lighting up England, but he was still there.
Facts. But listen, big up to, let me see who's that. Donovan said, next up, you need to ask Gunner if those players who played for Curacao could play for Netherlands. Gunner said, hold on, let me go. He said, why would I force Jamaica on my children when I leave for a better life in another country and happen to get that child there? Huh? Nah, determine. You gotta answer that one for me.
But see what I'm talking about.
Hold on. I gotta read that again. Gunners, did you actually write this for real, brother? Why would I force Jamaica, the place that you love and are riding for, your home, you leave for a better life in another country? So you're already down in your country that you love and happen to get the child there. Why would you force it on them? What? Go ahead, determine.
And see that I remember when. Did you see what this happened? I think beginning of this year, in the middle of this year, when Asafo Powell came out about the track federation. Did you see that? And how the country erupted? When he was saying that if his kids wanted to run for Jamaica, he wouldn't let them run for Jamaica because of how the system is. He wants better. The system can do a lot better. So I think his kids, his wife is Canadian.
Yeah.
He said that
she's Canadian Ghanaian.
Exactly, and Ghanaian. He said that they might as well go for run for Canada or wherever they're being treated, and you respect your self-worth, respect your sweat equity.
No, it's the same thing. The athletes that left and gone train for Turkey because they're being treated better, and exactly. And everybody beat them. They beat them gut and they beat them come determined. And they at the end of the day, the ones that went, they were struggling financially and they asked for help.
Thank you.
And they didn't get the help. It's not that they couldn't. They started to, then it stopped. But you know the saying is gonna be they don't got no money, right? But you see the thing is, you see how it ties into the political system when you look at the minimum wage. Nobody respects equity there. They just don't. Do you think these runners or these players don't put in the work? They put in the work, Francis. Yeah.
And if you're a player at an elite position that understand professionalism, is not that you're trying to be better than anybody else that's back home, but you have to understand he or she is coming out of a professional environment.
Man,
these players actually put in the work. I don't care what division they're playing at, but the structure is professional. The argument is, can these players move the national team to the next level? That should be the argument. It shouldn't be that these heritage players, they're not good enough, they can't play. No. We might as well select from back home. No.
That's not how it should be at all. I'm definitely I'm gonna Gunner's boss. Hey, Gunner's boss, I know you listening. I'll put you back on the phone, but bro, you trying to get my channel taken down, but you gotta have some control, brother. You gotta have some control, man. I'm gonna put you back on the line, but you gotta have some control, brother. That we ain't fighting, we ain't warring, we just having a conversation. All right. Yeah. He's gone already. Don't worry yourself. I'm about to add you back right now. Big up to Knowledge Nest. Big up yourself, Knowledge Nest. Big up Campos. He said, I would, at the end of the day, I would support any decision my kids make. You should. You should. Come on, people. Like the live, people. It's free 99. It's free 99. Go ahead and like up the live. I'll be on here for just a short while, not too much. Oh, no, wrong person. Don't add that. Cool. My blue already gone. All right, cool. Don't forget, people, like up the live, people. Like up the live. It's free 99. Big up to everybody in the comment section. A lot of you have not hit that subscribe button. At least 50% of you have not hit the subscribe button. And it's free, people. Hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate it if you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Uptown 1G. It's not just football we love. Oh, okay, I read that already. There's some comments that came in earlier that was, that was really big. But yeah, Jaden Hibbert and a few others determined that they're gonna go and take their talents to another country. And yeah, they're being ridiculed, man. The same thing, like they're not patriotic enough, they don't love the country enough. But you know what I mean, they gotta take care of their families, they gotta take care of themselves, they gotta do what's best for them at the end of the day. That should be first and foremost. Yeah, because you do all this for the country, and then you looking back at the country and they ain't got nothing to offer you. Then what you do then?
And Francis, do you really believe that they're going to go to Turkey and not give it their all?
Come on.
Because they're not. You see how crazy that sounds? But there's the logic of this is crazy. You can't think that doesn't make sense. These players are being respected for being a professional. They're getting paid because they respect them for being professional. And you really think they're not going to give their all?
It don't even make sense. It don't even make sense at all, in my personal opinion, man. Big Phil, big up yourself, Big Phil. You said, listen, this is my opinion. Heritage players can be loyal and dedicated, but we need better quality players. We just have to do a better job recruiting. Better recruiting job is what you said. Simple. It's nothing to discuss. For sure. We definitely have to do a better job with the recruiting. But to say that, yeah, go ahead.
And that, you see that statement right there? That is spot on. That I can agree with. We have to do a better job from young, recruiting them young. But we have to do a better job of spotting the eye for talent. These players when they're at a younger age, and we don't do a good job at that.
For sure.
But to call these players washed up, they can't make English team, and they don't have the heart, they don't have the passion. Why are they here? That's hard to digest, man. Think about these players, please.
This comment right here is a big comment I wanted to go back to. I think this one is phenomenal. And this kind of speaks to a lot of... Hold on, let me see. Did I miss it? No? This comment... Who's that? Oh, okay. This comment right here is one that I want to read, and I think is very important in this conversation altogether, right? So... Yeah, mute up your background there, Gunner. So it depends. Jay, big up yourself, Jay. Jay said it depends on how you grow your sun color. Most Caribbean people don't retain their culture when they move abroad. Like others, such as the Asians or Arabs, Mr. Chin will always tell you he is Chinese. Must win. Big up yourself, must win. This caller's mindset is exactly who holds the field back in society back, blah, 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 blah. Big up yourself on... Whoa, come on. What's going on here? Okay. I don't know what happened. Smack that. All right, cool. To be frank, it's not all heritage players give 100%, believe it or not. Some of them come to Jamaica because they have nowhere to play, but few came. See, and I don't agree with that again. But that's your big up yourself, Big Phil, for that thought. You and Gunners Boss is on that same thought process, I believe. Gunners, when you're ready, you can jump in and say your piece. Or else I'm going to keep this thing rolling. I can't have this too much dead air on the show. Like up the live, people. It's free 99. Go ahead and like up the live. It's free 99. You heard what I said. It's free 99. Subscribe to the channel, man. Road to 5,000 subscribers. You know the vibe. Road to 5,000 subscribers. This right here, it takes a lot of heart. It takes a lot of balls to come up and have this conversation, because the conversation we got to have. Say with my chest. This is what the conversation is. If you got children that are of heritage, that are not local, that got roots, it might be second, third, fourth generation. Just know that there are people out there that believe they're not Jamaican. And I think that's the wrong mentality to have. That's my opinion. I'm entitled to it. Again, others believe otherwise. You let me know what you think in the comment section. You're saying something? No. Okay, cool.
Francis.
Yeah.
Yeah, Francis.
You look at most
determined. Francis, audience, the people, them, the viewers, them. My apologies if I don't hear anything what me did say, but here what happen now. People will know me on this in these social media space now, so I'm gonna take certain talk. Certain words are fighting words. Don't bring we having a conversation now. Come bring no illiterate or no ignorance to me. Because I have my views or you have your views. That's my disclaimer. You know what I say? You not even have to address it if you want to continue the conversation, Francis.
Cool.
Just let's keep it civil. The moment you say anything uncivil to me, I'm gonna get that because I've been in the world and I know what fighting words are. Until you start using certain words to me are fighting words. But this is Jamaican, that's why a lot of us get our butt beat up all over the world. Everywhere we go, niggas knock our teeth out because we be saying stuff and don't know what fighting words are. You don't bring certain words to me.
Don't worry.
We're not doing that. When we're tracing. That was not a part of the conversation. Don't tell me I'm sounding ignorant because I have my own views and you have yours.
Nobody heard
Fair
that
enough?
because I turned on the phone, so nobody heard that. It was just you guys talking to each other, to be very honest. You determined heard because he's on the line, but nobody else heard what was going on.
Okay,
so
well, me have to apologize. Apologize. Yeah, man. So we're moving on, you know?
I know the
we have to
passion.
apologize for the people.
I know the
you know
passion.
how it is.
Yeah. I just don't want you to get the show canceled. That's it. But yo, big up to Knowledge Nets. Determined. Finish what you're saying. Sorry.
No, what I was saying is, a lot of Jamaicans, right? They have their. Let's talk about the 10%ers or even more than that. You have quite a few Jamaicans that have decent jobs or good jobs in Jamaica, right? And they have their paperwork, where it's a visa, and most of them come over to have their kids, right? And you know what they do? They come over to have their kids and go right back home with that kid.
Right.
You're talking about they used to call that the anchor babies, right? You know they're cutting that out now, right?
Well, they're trying to cut it out. It's not out yet. They're trying to.
Yeah,
right?
well, yeah. We don't believe it ever happen. But them say not in the past, but in the future, that will be the new rules. If you're not, but those kids you're talking about, those people, I don't think those people they are talking about illegals.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just giving the standpoint of, your citizenship may say USA, may say Europe, but you're raised in Jamaica, right? And you're playing for Jamaica, but you don't have your citizenship you wasn't born in Jamaica.
That's a whole different conversation from the conversation I'm having though determined. What I'm saying is my child born here, he never gone to Jamaica more than if I take him on a vacation, and he grew up to be an adult now. He's playing sports. He's very good at what he does. Why would I personally tell him to go play for Jamaica or encouraging him to go play for Jamaica? He have to say to me, Pops, based on the fact that you from Jamaica, that I want to represent for Jamaica. I said, yeah, go ahead. But I'm not going to go tell him or try to dictate to him that you must or you should or you can. I will say, yes, you can. You can represent Jamaica. If you choose to, you want to run for Jamaica. He's one of the fastest kid in your age group in America, and Jamaica needs somebody like you to run. You want to represent? And he said, yes. I will ask, but I'm not going to go tell him, yes, you Jamaican. No, he's American. He's American. He must decide if he wants to embrace Jamaica. He don't have to embrace my heritage, my nation. He can embrace both because he have the best of both worlds. So if we are going to say, oh no, they are Jamaican, so that means we are going to throw why we even talking about heritage, diaspora, and all these nationalities, what you call it, naturalization and citizenships and all these other stuff. We are all Jamaican, so we just stay in Jamaica and we go where we want to go, and we are all Jamaican. Then, so we don't say we stay in Jamaica, but we just all say yes, we are Jamaican. So we don't have no American kids; they are all Jamaican, even though they're born in America and in England and in Canada and all these other places. They are all Jamaican. That's what we're saying, and that's what we want to tell them. No, they have to. I think they should choose.
All right. Let me just bless up some people on the live real quick. Let me see. Knowledge says heritage players are not good enough, but I watched two of them started playing 70 plus minutes in the top league in the world. make it make sense. Big up yourself, Knowledge Ness. Jay Hummingbird, I think we need to talk about this, but not dwell too long. I hope none of these prospective players are not hearing this ongoing debate. We need them and they need us. All right. Conrad said the hate is real. I was referring to Gunner's boss as the caller in question. His opinion is extremely ignorant. Must win. That is must win. Calling out Gunner's boss. Total of 5 people think that way, Francis. All right. Donovan Downer. Big up yourself. 98 English players never play thinking about injuries. These 2025 players playing things about not getting injuries and that not good. It better you don't play if you're thinking like that. All right. Big up for your opinion. Yes.
Donovan Downer. Stop right there, so please, Francis. Donovan Downer is a big baller. If I see him Downer, you know. Big baller, Boys Town, West Kingston baller. Big up yourself. If I see him Donovan Downer. Just say yourself for you.
All right.
Big baller.
Big up yourself if that's you, my brother. Big up yourself. Appreciate you being here. People like up and share. One Jamaica, no matter where you're born, once you have the blood, 100%. Big up yourself, Conrad Smith. Why then are trying to separate us? Jay Hummingbird is asking who trying to separate us? Just so I can point it in the direction of who said anything to do with separations. Big Phil says Lemby Kisa, Keroy, Bobby are the only players who I think is loyal to Jamaica. They made Jamaica the first choice. Most of came because nobody else called them. That's also that's your opinion. That might not be fact or true. You know, at the end of the day, when it come down to it, but you're entitled to your opinion. We ain't gonna beat you for your opinion.
Francis.
Oh, that was for Gunners.
Right.
Hold on. So Jay Hummingbird asking why then are trying to separate us.
I'm not trying to separate anyone. I'm just saying my kids who born in England are Englishmen and Englishwomen. My kids who born in America are American men and American women of Jamaican heritage or of Jamaican parentage. They have the right to choose whichever they want because they have the best of both worlds. I'm just saying, I'm not going to tell Tyrese, oh, you Jamaican. No. He's supposed to say that. If he said, yeah, I'm Jamaican, Pops, I'm representing you, I'm representing America, you know what I mean, da. Because you have kids like that.
But Francis,
yeah,
when Dexter selected Jamaica, because he came here when he was, I think, his first game is, I think he was 19 or 18, one of them. Very young, his potential is still great. Just like Tyree Campbell, his potential is still great, right? Dexter actually had a choice. I think his dad is African. I think it's Zimbabwe. One of these African countries his dad is from, right? And he was like, "No, I choose to come to Jamaica. I want to play for Jamaica." Right. So when people say these kind of things, right, you have to take it with a grain of salt, because I think a lot of people say it for shock value and say it out of emotions because of the disruption of what's going on with the team now. It's a scapegoat. So let's put it all on these English-based players.
I would never do that. I'm putting it on the team, the organization, and I'm not even putting it on no one, because you know what? I don't think we have a good core, a solid core of 23 players who can take us to the World Cup and win a game. I just hope, because of Jamaican, I hope, but I never say yes, 100% we are going to the World Cup. Never.
All right.
I'm not gonna say I didn't hope. I don't. You hear that? Believe. I don't do believe. I don't do believe. I try to know. So I just hope game by game we get there, and that's all I'm hoping for. And I'm still hoping until the last door is closed. And that's me. That's why you never hear me having these emotional outbursts and crying. And I'm not that emotionally invested in these sports or these games. I love Jamaica and I want to see us succeed. And excel at all levels. But I'm not gonna go break my neck and say, yeah, Jamaica go win and Jamaica go to the World Cup. And these are the people who want to fire and hire everybody and have all these emotional heartbreaks and all these things because they expected too much. It's just like me here. Lisa Hanna said it's great today, you know. You see, we have Jamaican have a thing where you call get rich quick tendencies with lazy mentality. They want what they don't have. They want caviar when we don't even can afford chicken back. And that's what our problem is. It's the expectation of this little team going too far and not driving behind the team and criticizing everything that's go wrong and not looking at the whole picture, just one or two individuals. The whole thing is rotten from the core. If that's what we want to talk about. And that's most federation across the world with big money and small money. It's all rotten to the core when it comes to the treatment of the players and the organization and how they do their thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get to the comments real quick. Because there's a comment there for you that I want you to hear, Gunners Boss. Okay, so hold on 1 second. Knowledge Ness says this one's not for you though. Knowledge Ness said Ethan Pinnock and Rico Henry started for Brentford against EPL leaders Arsenal and played 17 minutes yesterday. Only in Jamaica, they're not good. Okay. Conrad said my sons wear that Jamaican on their sleeves, is what he says. Donovan Downer says, yes, it's me, former national team and Boys Town. Look here, when we went to the World Cup in 98, nobody said anything about them. But because we didn't... Hold on. Yeah, go ahead. Give you a big up.
You must be mad. I'm a friend that a market good coach them man, you know, Carl Brown. What you talk about? I'm a friend them man. Big up yourself again, Mr. Downer. Yeah. Talk and make me talk. Because I want to address something when Mr. Downer say, you know. But me that wait for you, so give me the mic when you're ready.
All right, cool. He continued to say, where was I? Look here, when we went to the World Cup in 98, nobody said anything about them. But because we did not win the game in Jamaica, people are going to say this. I guess he didn't finish what he was saying. That's cool. I thought EPL is the best league in the world. That's Conrad Smith, really. Where did I leave off at? Just one. I'll read one more comment, then I got you. So you want me to go back to his comment that he first made, and then you can reply, Gunners Boss?
No, man. I remember what I want to say, man. You don't have to go back.
All right, go ahead.
Let's move forward. Yeah, man. Mr. Downer, big baller. Big up yourself. West Kingston. That's the thing there. Now, Mr. Downer said back in 98 and before, players wanted to play injury. Now players is not playing because hairline, because the barber pushes hairline too much back, right? That's a fact. But you have to remember now, you know, back then, these players did not have all these big lucrative or whatever, luxurious contract and all these branding they are trying to protect. So there is a lot more at stake now. Back then, you play because you want to get in. Now guys are playing because they want to get paid. There was not much paid for Jamaican players them time. He got them and 20 bucks them and a couple money that go play over Israel in that time, Macabre, Natanya and some little thing. But we never have no players that go nowhere. Walter Boy get a little run and go play down at Colorado. And that was it. We never really get nowhere. So a man as a player, even when him hurt, to be seen. Now a man just put out some clips out there when him healthy. And then the thing changed. And it's not just in our football. If you look on the basketball, it's the same thing. A guy go to Toronto, never play the whole season. Pascal Siakam and them, bring them to the championship. Who them get all the praise? Kawhi Leonard. He did the less for that team. I mean, he stand out in the finals. I'm not going to say he didn't stand out in the playoff in the finals, but who was bringing the team? Who was bringing the team during the whole season? Francis.
Say it again?
Who was bringing that team through the whole season? Make it possible for Kawhi to win that championship for that team.
The rest of the team, man.
Wasn't it Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam and them kids?
And Kyle Lowry, yep, absolutely.
Kyle Lowry and them, and then Kyle Lowry didn't win it. Kyle Lowry won a championship there.
Yes, he did, of course. It's only DeRozan that left. Everybody stayed except DeRozan.
Oh, yeah, DeMar left, yeah.
It's the flip for Kawhi for DeMar is what this trade was.
Yeah, we're not gonna veer off far from this, you know. And even though him leave from there and him go to Clippers, and he been in Clippers like 4 years now, and he haven't played one full season. He haven't played a whole season of basketball in 4 years playing for the Clippers. So it is happening.
But see, Gunners, boss, and that's I think what's killed us is this whole '98 and how things were going on, how things was assembled '98, and that's like 30-something years ago, right? The how football is looked at and being played is totally different. How players are looking at when it comes to their intellectual property. Players themselves is generating money,
Exactly.
right? And by stepping on the field, and World Cup is at the highest level, right? But you choose a country like Jamaica, and then you look at, okay, what sponsorship deals I can get from me choosing a country like Jamaica? What kind of treatment are these? Is this country, if I get hurt today, do they have the best doctors there? It's so many different things that they have to look at in their contract. So when I hear for these people screaming for Mason Greenwood and these top tier players, it doesn't work like that, right? So the '98 thinking is like obsolete, it's gone, and it will never come back, right? So
you know what? Yeah. Sorry, you know what happened in '98? You see, Mr. Manuel just my friend just commenting in the comment.
Mr. Downer. Mr. Downer.
Mr. Downer. You see when Downer them and them man they play ball. People used to play ball. The last time I go to Jamaica, you know, couple of years back, you know, I'm a pass over Boy Stone, you know. I depend on the radio, I tell the man them say, you know, Boy Stone is a national, supposed to be iconic place, you know. And me no like how over there look Mr. Downer, so no need to do something and make a place fix up back. If it not fix up back, you know, because then the place, their heritage place, them there, you know, brother. And then the time there, you know, everybody, it never have no time to even grow grass and them feel they good because every day ball a kick. You them not kick no ball no more. You them prefer go play some FIFA and some Madden and some NBA in them house. More than come outside. Them man, we'd have to go outside, go kick some ball because we never have no devices and nothing else to do in our house. So the whole thing changed. So the passion, like me say, you know, me say to play Jardini some years back pan KLA, so they might work on the radio station. And me see a man take it and I run with it because me tell the man say sports across, especially the underdeveloped country now, is not as exciting as it used to be because boys and girls nowadays lost the passion to go outside and play. And if you notice, most of the games them we used to play back in the days, most of them nobody don't know about them and now play them no more.
Gunners boss. I have to respectfully disagree with you. That comes down to parenting. That singularly comes down to you as a parent, whoever the parent is, not painting picture. As a parent, yeah, your children do what you tell them to do. They don't tell you what they're doing. But nowadays, it seems like that's the other way around. They can't play that game unless you allow them to.
Ask Mr. Downer, say, as I used to grow up running at West Kingston and around the place.
No, I'm talking about nowadays. I'm talking about now.
Was your parents never take you to no football match? You did go get your thing and go play, and if you find like money, you save up your little money, you buy your boots, or if mommy like the game, then buy your boots. But back then, parents was not even more. I think parents is more interested in sports nowadays. You got more soccer moms and soccer dads and sports parents nowadays than what we have back then. Back then, we love the game and go kick ball with my friend them. And some man broke out and turn big ball, and we hear say, Wiley Boo them turn big baller. We hear say, Mr. Downer them turn big baller. We hear say, the hardware brother them turn big baller. And that's how we know say some man turn big baller. And Ken Daly them turn big goalkeeper from over there. So Ryan them turn big goalkeeper. I don't even know parents are care we're gonna way. I just we love the game and go out there and go do it thing and people see us and introduce us to schools and coaching.
Hold on. We gotta stop throwing around listen to me, the word big and brilliant and excellent, because that word's supposed to be used for for things that happen on a higher level. But go ahead, Determine. I didn't want to. Hold on. Before you do that, Determine, real quick. Big up to Tafari in the comment section. Tafari say, yo, which boy can't tell me, say, my youth, them can't say for Jamaica a war. Which boy can't tell me, say, my youth, them can't say for Jamaica a war. Go ahead, Determine.
See, and that's the thing. Like, I can't live in this world of then, because you can try to merge the past and the new together, right? But the past will always be the past. I have to live in the now and the future, but per se the now, right? When you look at football, right? Football has changed drastically, and it continues to change, right? When you look at especially the education aspect of the game, right? When it comes to these different AI and technology, my son is 10 years old, and this kid, they already have a heat map on this kid. And his passes, his touches at 10, right? So now when I talk about, when I hear people talk about 98 and back then how football was being played, for me, it's sad because if you had a player like a Walter Boyd that's in this era, right, he would have been a superstar, right? Because back then he was just playing because he loved the game, true, but not only love, he wasn't getting anything from it, right? These kids actually love the game and understand the different channels that they need to go in so they can receive something from their sweat equity and the intellectual property. Back then, people were just giving you $50 here, $50 there, when they turn around and making $100,000 off of you, right? And this is what this federation is still trying to do, right? Because exactly, because the narrative is still out there with some of these different media houses, right? This is how they manage to dumb the country down by saying some of these stupid foolishness and having some people buy into it, right? When you have kids that's 10 years old, IQ is like so far apart from the ones that's back home. This is not by accident. This is by design.
But
question.
Can I go now?
Yeah. Hold on. You're gonna
Determine.
go. Hold on. You're gonna respond to that real quick.
Yeah, man.
Gunner's boss, but hold on. But Danny Dredd have a question for you, okay? Well, he made a statement. He says, Gunner boss, one time people could play on almost any field. Now they're trying to upkeep these fields. Continue what you're saying to Determine.
Okay. Well, if they might upkeep the field now and them not allow people. So what Danny Dredd is saying, kids don't have enough place to play no more in Jamaica. I don't believe that, but it's all right. Now, Determine the Oh man, responding to Danny Dredd. What was Determine point just now again? What did I respond to? I'm smoking, man. I'm smoking and I'm sipping and I'm smoking. So
you're good. Determine. Give him a refresher real quick.
Give me a refresher real quick for Determine, because I want to respond to something you just said.
No, what I was saying is, if you look at the Walter Boys, then if the Walter Boys was here now in this era, the Walter Boys then would have been millionaires, right? Because in this era, they'll understand self-worth, they'll understand sweat equity, and we're not just going to go down the street and kick a football for $10, $20 or something to eat. No, you actually going to get paid. You're actually going to make something.
Okay, stop right there. Now I remember what I was going to say to you once you get there. All right, you said the federation, right? And you are blaming the federation, the Jamaica Football Federation, for players not being developed well, players not getting paid enough. It's not, no federation pays the player. Ask Mr. Downer how much money he make playing for Jamaica versus how much he make playing for Boystone. I remember if he go down a Hazard or a player where else. And how much more over Port Morant United. Ask him where he make more money. Players don't make money playing for your country. You playing for your country is like a right. So you have the right, you have the skill, and you say, listen to me, I have to represent my Jamaica, my country, that I represent my place, and you're going to represent for your place. That's how the thing was. So it's not like that no more. And then it is discouraging for the youth and Jamaica now. Because every youth will play football at Jamaica, you know. Seriously. In play with the hope to go to college and play for Jamaica. So when we start to rapidly bringing a whole lot of heritage players, it is discouraging for Mr. Downer and his kids and grandkids them to still want to play football because we now make no way for them. We are bringing people that take for them spot. So them know, that's why that is a part of the brain drain, you know. That's a part of the talent drain, you know. That's not encouraging. That's not encouraging at all.
But Gunner's boss, it's a two-edged sword because, right, you have a lot of these players from overseas coming in, and you also have undeveloped players, right, going overseas to make it, coming from the federation where they're making a certain percentage off of them. So you look at it from a standpoint of you bringing in heritage players so you can go to different tournaments to make money, right? And you also selling players overseas to make money.
But the federation does not sell players, sell players, club develop and sell players, not the federation.
The federation makes a certain percentage off of these players that's being sold. I think it's 15% that they make. Yeah.
So you say when Leon Bailey never been sold from them.
Never played for the federation. He never played for them.
Who leave from Jamaica, play through Jamaica Federation and go overseas? Wiley Boo, right? Wiley Boo give a lot of service overseas. That's my name from Tivoli Garden. My name again? Wiley Boo. You know me at all.
King right now. King is 15% that they more, I think, but I know it's 15% that they make something off of these players that come into the federation and end up getting contracts. It's not for free. They make a percentage off of them.
Well, you're just educate me to something I never know. Because I thought he come out at Tivoli Garden and Tivoli Garden would get the money. Or if you come out of Boys Town get that fee and not the federation.
See, that's what we're here to do.
The federation also gets something.
We're here to learn. Say it again, determined. The federation what?
No, you're right about the clubs, but the federation also gets a percentage. So this is
Mr. Donna still inside of the comment section.
Yeah, he just responded to you. He said to your comment that you asked earlier, right? He said none from both of them did not know pay back then. Not sure what he.
No man, we never get no money them time there, you know. Them time there, all when Byron Earl them and they are playing, we, you know. Me, Boo, and we, you know, we dip on the sideline for a cycle track, and when man score a goal, we collect money and run, go put money for a man in a man pocket, and man shove money in them shots, you know. And so we used to pay with all of them, you know.
So
Billy Dias, them, the whole of them, they are my ball of them, you know, Mr. Downer, them, and the whole of them, and they are my ball of them, from back in the days now, although all yard we support now, but Boys Town are like we second team. We always love Boys Town, color red to the world.
So Gunner's Bus, RR said Fuller, Jermaine, Joyson, Bibi, JFF Stamp.
Oh, he said they all got money. Jamaica get money from all of them players there.
And he said, you see why Speed stay close? This is what RR is saying in the comment section. After he responded to all, yes, he said all them getting money. Yeah, I'm not. This is RR saying it. This is not Francis from Nexus Sports Talk.
No, Francis, but it's true. It's not.
I'm not saying if it's true or not. I'm just making it be known because people are funny like that.
No, but the thing is, then this is why I always, when I come on your show or other shows, I always say, who is actually benefiting from this chaos? It's not like, and this chaos is working and it continues to work, but who's benefiting from the chaos? From the brain drain, the dumbing down of not only the intelligence of the football, but also the structure of the football. Somebody's benefiting from it.
You know what I want? You know what I would like to see still? I would like to see people like Mr. Downer, Hardware them, Donovan them, and Carl Brown, all of these people. I would like to see them form a group and get back involved in the football at all levels. No, if it includes getting out the whole of this federation right now, and we have whole ball of them and some brain trust and some other people take over this federation and Some people we know say they love the football and I bleed for the football. And we, you know what I mean? I want to see the football progress across the nation. You understand me? Because first of all, we have a president of Jamaica Football Federation president. Never go over this stuff. I do not talk about heritage players. And
hold on, Gunners. That's the kind. I'm just about to end the show. That you going down a whole. Leave that for another day. You gotta leave. Let me write it down. You want to talk about the president? Mm-hmm. Let's leave that for another. We're gonna have a show on that. I'm gonna give you the floor to let your thoughts be known. I promise you. But that's gonna be a whole nother 30-40 minutes. And I was just about to end the show. I definitely gotta lift up. But get your thought across.
Yeah, man,
get your thought across, and then we're gonna continue it another day. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, no one can know what is the purpose of the president. Because I never said the president is not even a person who is transparent. We don't see him, we don't hear him, nothing. I think Mr. Speed is the boss up at the JFS. Because we see and hear from Mr. Speed, and Mr. Young was the second boss and him gone. I think Mr. Young gone. But we don't see the president. We can't have a president like that, man. The president have to be more active and be more outside. If we see you and see you do something, brother.
So hold on.
And we don't see you now when we don't hear you do nothing.
So hold on. Where have you been? Hold on. Determine. Gunners Boss, where have you been? I've been calling for the president from June. Ask RR from June. I've explained what the president of a football federation should be doing and what our president is not doing. I've been calling for this president since June, and everybody tell me, Francis, be quiet. But go ahead, determine. I'm so sorry.
But Francis, you know why you can't hear from this president? And that's the thing, right? We got to look at the structure of how people does things when these people get elected. This president, after he just won another 4 years, right?
Yes, he did.
This 4 years will put him into retirement with FIFA. He'll get paid for the rest of his life. Period. Right? So if this shit don't crash, he's gonna get his money, his retirement money. Right now, it's Speed fighting for his retirement money.
We need enough to do like how George Weah them and them man they do donor and Downswell them and the man them Tapper and the man them will represent Jamaica. We don't want no. This was Captain's legacy. Captain passed and gone years ago. A time for Mr. Rickett lift up here now, and a time for man like Diddy Gardner them and whoever alive are still healthy and good, and Sadona them and Carl Brown as a man we can give some advice, because Carl Brown kind of up in an age. Them thing. We need some fresh blood in our thing, you know. We need some youth who represent Jamaica at a high level and still have love for the game to represent the thing now. We need to make some changes. I'll see if we can get some better.
Definitely.
Respectfully, I don't want no more. When it comes to, I don't want no more senior citizens in the football. Period. I just don't.
Neither do I.
I want. Yeah. I don't want. I don't want to see that at all. They can give advice, no problem. But I don't want nobody behind the desk that's in their 60s and 70s. No, them days is over. Not even a prime minister I want to see in his 60s and 70s. No.
Yeah. So we can eliminate Carl Brown off of the list, but as I said, use him as a man who can give some advice and do something. But we want some of the young youth, some of the youth them way. We need some of the youth them from the 98th side of the world, of the thing where still love the football. We need them in the front office. We need them up front. Yeah.
All right. So before we go. Yeah, I'm just going to say, Mr. Donovan Downer, anytime we have a live show next, because we're going to have a part 2 to this, I'm going to drop the link. You're more than welcome to join the show and give your insights into, what your thoughts are when it comes to, the heritage versus local players and so on and so forth, and the football in general. Yeah, we welcome your thoughts.
Past, present, and the future.
Absolutely.
Past, present, and the future of Jamaica football. How you see it?
So
how will you think about it in the next 10 years?
He made
big up yourself.
He made he made a thought. I'm gonna give his thought, but before then, I want you guys to both give your final statement, and then I'm gonna read Mr. Downer's final thoughts, and then we're gonna close out.
All I have to say, big up yourself, Mr. Downer, all of the 98 squad, Tapper Whitmore and the whole, y'all are great Jamaican heroes, and we need to see you more active and more involved in the football in Jamaica. We need to get these old heads who don't really love the football, as a man say, man, I wait for him pension to do what him have to do. We tired of, but I run cataract for president right now, yeah, sir. So,
All right,
big up on yourselves.
Yeah, determined. Don't go yet, Gunners. You gotta listen to what Downer said. Go ahead, determined.
Yeah, I'm here.
Final thought.
Yeah, for me, final thought is my people wake up, right? Especially the generation from 20 on up to 40, on up to 50, right there. Wake up. Y'all understand how this football is organized, the structure of the football, the places that these kids needs to be in order for these doors to be at a playing field where, you know, whenever they step inside of these doors, they can have a opportunity to make it, right? Instead of you send 10 and next thing you know, you have 8 going back home and 2 making it. No, that's then. Now we understand what we need to do to get these players there, right? This leadership won't get them there, right? And you continue, it's a revolving door. It hasn't changed. We are the one we've been waiting for. If you want to know the truth, in my society, I know my Jamaican society, especially when it comes to government, especially when it comes to the football or track and field, all you have to do is follow the money. That's it. Don't forget about this, the big talk, the shock and all of this foolishness. Look at where the money is going, and then you understand the truth. But let's continue to fight, organize what we need to organize, because you have a lot of talent in our country that needs the exposure, that is begging for the education so they can make it to the next level.
And while you speaking on the money thing, big up to everybody out there. If you want to definitely support the channel, yeah, because we are putting in the work. We putting in the work when we having the conversation. Y'all go ahead and drop a super chat, or you can hit me up on the PayPal and, you know what I'm saying, donate to the channel because it helps with the growth of the channel. Yeah, but if you ain't doing that, at least hit the like and subscribe button. It's free 99. It's free 99. Don't cost you nothing, not even a second. Hit the bell icon. Yeah, because when the bell is shaking, you know Francis from Next Up Sports Talk is baking. Keep it locked, people. Don't go nowhere. RR said, Conrad, all her grandmother, a link by the river. We need all the grandkids to help motherland Jamaica. Big up yourself every time. Mr. Downer says, you have to blame the 98 players. After the World Cup, they were supposed... No, my apologies. After the World Cup, they was the ones to change the football in Jamaica, but they did not do it, is what he said.
I can't disagree with that more, because after 98, the football did take a lull.
It died. It didn't take a lull. It became unalive.
It take a back bench.
Big up to RR. Said Andy Williams, bright boy to be president. Big up yourself, RR. But listen, man. Yeah, go ahead.
And not only that, piggyback and continuing on what Mr. Downer said. You have to give me another 5 minutes before we continue. Because the boss in I chatting now.
Yeah, I give you 2 minutes. Go ahead.
So this is the thing again. You have to remember, you know, you see, before 98, leading up to 98, there was a lot of money in the place. So money where that come from, you know, how we know. That's why, if you notice, Colombia, Trinidad, Jamaica, and all these teams. We was producing, because even though, you know, like Donna said, we never get them never get no money, you know. But you remember, say, football in a play, crossover, you know, even some man up a place named Lantap up a Port Morant United, then you have Hazard United down there. So, and the people that come in, some man that get some little ball and encourage some youth to play, you know, and all across you have like Wadada, you have like 3 teams in a Montego Bay. Even though in a porous Manchester, you have some man up. I want if a ball that play across Jamaica them time there, you know. Yeah, because some man have some little thing where them used to land some plane them time there. And then the government come in and the war against narcotics. So they have to change up the ball all up a land top with them have to turn them in a ball field or housing scheme so the plane couldn't land on them thing there. So like Danny Dredd said, him right. They may have more places to play ball back then. Because even though Reno now, me here said on there, so that was That was the Kane field. Now me so them turn it in a soldier camp and them thing there. So, Mr. Donner, you're right. So, no, that's the thing look like it a blossom again, Mr. Donner. You need to form an organization and take up back the mantle. It's not too late. You realize only they drop the ball, so they pick it up back and make we see some progress in everything. And that me I say, me no want to stay here all night and think, and we talk all night, because general up on the chat. And when the national up on the chat, I have to give him respect. Big up yourself, Mr. Donner. Represent. We have a chat. All right, that's enough, Francis.
All right, I said I'd give you 2 minutes. I made sure. You see, what you can't say about Francis next to Sports Talk, I give you all the opportunity to say what you got to say and do what you got to do. Kingston, I see you calling. I'm about to end the show, but I'm trying to add you to the call so you can get your final words in. But I don't. Go ahead, determine while I try and add this caller in.
Francis, you know the crazy part about this, right? We have so many players from the '98 campaign that's overseas that have their badges, their education levels, to as far as where they're coaching and where their badges is from. But again, we don't welcome them back home, right? And as I said, this doesn't happen because it was a mistake. What these people are doing in the Federation is not a mistake, right? A while ago, Gunner's boss just brought up a well-renowned name, which is George Oponweya. I was in the National Stadium as a kid when he came and played down there in Jamaica, right? I got a chance to see this guy play. Now I have a kid in his country, a house in his country. He was the president last term, right? With his Jamaican wife. This man that won Ballon d'Or, well known around the world, only gave his federation less than $1 million for to help to boost the money in the for his federation. These are the injustice that we do, that we say that we love football, right? And for me, right, the tribalism is real. I don't want to see any local Jamaican coaches, anybody in the administration, until you go overseas to get that experience from clubs. Even if it's a top tier club or a mid tier club, fine, I'm cool with that, mid tier. But you need the education, because if you put a local there that haven't been overseas to understand where the football is, understand how it's being run, you will get the same revolving door.
Facts. And on that note, I big up yourself. I think the exposure is important because it opened the mindset. It'll give you a different perspective. It will definitely, open your eyes to a lot of different things. I think that's very, very important. But again, that's what I feel like everybody's running from, because you're going to be too exposed and you're not going to be closed-minded to what is happening on the island. And so if you get anything other than local, you're going to be a sellout. Big up yourself, everybody in the comment section.
Final thought.
One more? Jesus, Gunner's boss. Gunner's boss. Yeah,
because
Gunner's boss.
Based on you stretch it. Based on you stretch it out. Don't say nothing, Francis.
Right,
don't say nothing. Right. Don't say. Based on what you just say, it's time we start come together. We have this tendency where we're always fixing the blame and no one is fixing the problem. We need to start finding solutions and stop trying to find blames. Because the more we try to fix the blame is the more headache we're going to have. So can we just stop? No, we can get on a positive. Just like how Mr. Donner say, we'll get on a positive note and we'll all come together and support the football and try to get out some people, if you get out and blast some people, if you get blast. But when it comes to the team, on a whole, let's stay on a positive note. Hope whoever carry them through, carry them through and we reach to this place. And whatever the outcome of that becomes, we take it. Please and thank you. That me I beg on the fiddle.
All right. Determined. RR said determined. I was there to see. I got him, guy. I was there to see Wea, Red Puma King was birthed. Okay. So you saying he was...
Red Ray was a problem. Yeah, that guy was special. But what broke my heart was to be in his country, to see what he did to the football that gave him life, that changed his whole entire life. But you turn around and give less than $1 million to your own federation. That's wickedness. That's what that and this is the West African mentality. Is like we are all one people. And we can't escape it. Can you see that, Francis? It's crazy, right?
Yeah, it is. It is, and that's what.
Look at Nigeria. But at some point, Francis, we have to stop this, right? We got to welcome home the ones that went overseas to get the education, to understand how the football is run. Don't feel threatened. They're coming back to help. And even if Tapa decide to go overseas and get this, let him do what he needs to do and come back home and help the country.
Facts. Facto. Definitely. All right, man. Well, I'm up out of here. He married to Yardi, right? I'm not even sure. But big up yourself, everybody.
Yeah, he married to a Jamaican that he put in the budget. This lady received $1 million every year.
Well, there you go. Determined, leave that alone.
You do, oh my God, boy.
Determined,
hey.
Men do things different.
Anyway.
Leave that alone, Determined.
Listen, my brother Francis.
Yes.
Listen, people, we need to support the movement like this, where you can have a free space, speak your truth. Francis is an objective leader, right? That understand what's going on, right? This is a movement. And when we understand the power of money and the responsibility of a person that knows what to do when they have that power, not only just with money, but also with voice, power, sound, right? And Francis understand, he gets it. We need to come, and there's others that's out there that thinks in that same realm. And we need when you find a platform like this, you need to support it because it's the only way. We say that we want to change. A platform like this can actually bring change because it's bringing education. It's allowing you to think outside of the box, right? So let's support him, even if it's a like. Let's give him the like that he needs so this thing can take off.
Definitely appreciate that. And one thing, Determined, that I want to add to that, because I really appreciate you saying that, it means a lot, is that I understand that there's a lot of people, one, that don't like me, and two, don't like me saying the things that I have to say, but somebody has to do it. So on top of that alone, I'm already in a place where, you know, a lot of things can happen. And I know what I'm getting myself into, and I'm prepared for it. But somebody gotta start the fire. You know, like Olympics, you start the fire and you pass it off to somebody else. Somebody got to start it, and we start it together and we stand together because, you know, change is a must. So big up to everybody in the comment section. I said leave it alone, talking about honey for the jar. Stop it. Stop it, Stop it. We all know it's honey for the jar. George, know what's up. Big up on yourself, man. Hit that like and subscribe button. It's free 99. It's free 99, people. Again, if you decide that you want to help the channel to grow financially, you can definitely donate to the channel via Super Chat or via PayPal. Hit me up and let me know what you're trying to do. And you know what I'm saying? I'm blessed and thankful for everything. Yeah, God is the greatest. God is the greatest. So when it's whoever you call God, we might not all call the same God. Just know that God is the greatest, yeah? I want to thank my Lord and Savior for another one, because without him, none of this would be possible. Big up to everybody in the comment section. Big up to Determined. Big up to Gunner's Boss. Big up to RR, Conrad Smith, AG Westgate, Donovan Joseph, Uptown 1G, Mr. Donovan Downer. Appreciate you blessing us with your presence. You know, I'm already calling you the president. Look at that. Big up yourself right away right there. Tafari, big up yourself. Danny Dredd, you already know the Schweppes. Big up yourself. Knowledge Nest, big up yourself. Jay Hummingbird, Big Phil. Who was that miss out? Must Win 1000, big up yourself. Campos, big up yourself every time. And everybody else that came through before. Jay, great conversation. Catch y'all on the next one. We're going to have a part 2. Yeah, love for the love, people. On your way out, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. But what about the kids and the mothers? Tell you for left that alone. Yo, hit that like button on the way out, man. At least 50% of you have not subscribed. Let's go. We're going to have another conversation. Yeah, keep it locked for the part 2. Tonight, we got the All Sports Talk Show. You know, we do all sports, man. Yeah, whether it's football, American football, European football, basketball, boxing. Tonight is a sports talk show. So lock in. We're going to have a great time talking about all things sports tonight. Yes, Thursday night football. So Thursday night football, we got to give you a rundown on that. The games played in the NBA today. Manchester United and a week self-draw today. And we got plenty of other things to talk about. All right? So blessings to everybody. I'm out.